Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of that gang stalking show. My name is Doug. I'm a TI and my foot is itching. I say that every time for those of you who have never seen my videos before. I'll let you know my name's Doug. I'm a TI and I've been one since 2004. That's just a habit I do. Today's video, I wasn't prepared to do a video. It's almost 11 o'clock, December 13, 2020. And I was just coming to my channel, checking messages and see what's going on, check the metrics. And someone made a comment, and it's kind of weird because their comment shows up under my bell. And it shows up, but then when I go straight to my page that it's on, it doesn't show up. I don't know if somebody's playing games with me. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if you made the comment and decided you don't want to make the comment anymore, and so you took your comment away. I don't know. I'm just sipping on my adult beverage and I'm making a video. Okay, this is what Adam Orna said, and I can't read it all because, you know, it's truncated after, like, I don't know, the first 200 characters. But it said, hello, and this is under my video on Marxism. Doug, I never saw an episode where you delve into the psychology of gang stalkers, specifically male gang stalkers. After 14 years of being a TI, one of the epiphanies and then it's truncated. I can't read it anymore. Number one, I'm not a psychologist. I can't delve into the psychology of gang stalkers, specifically male gang stalkers. I can't tell you about that. What I can do is just give you my opinion based on what little psychology I do know. So, I guess the video is going to be the psychology behind why people gang stalk. I don't know everything, and I don't profess to know everything. I do know that I've done some research. One of the things that really helped me out was seeing the movie called The Lives of Others. I keep telling you guys this in not every video, but I made a video about it, and I've made several comments and references to this movie. This movie, The Lives of Others, is a German-made movie about East Germany when the Stasi, were doing what the Stasi did, which was gang stalk and target and harass people. And this happened under a Marxist regime, which it makes everything great. Marxism is like the fertilizer for gang stalking. It makes everything for gang stalking right. You have no checks and balances. You have no constitution. All you get is a system, a hierarchy set for surveillance. And once you get this system of criminality in place, you can take the media, you can have the media telling people at home who's listening to the radio or watching TV, you can have them tell the people whatever you want to tell them, and tell them that what we are telling you is the truth, and if anybody else tries to tell you anything different, they're lying. And right now, right before our very eyes, it's happening. Every day when I get on my laptop, the first thing that pops up is MSN. Not mainstream media, but Microsoft News. They'll have like 5 headlines, and they're all basically about Trump. Trump tries again with his baseless and factless claims of voter fraud. Rudy Giuliani, baseless claims, no facts, baseless, no facts, baseless. The media is lying to me, and they're lying to you, and the majority of you are sheeple for listening to this and buying into it. Well, the media says that all this claim of voter fraud is just bullshit. It's lies. Trump's lying and everybody's lying but the media, and we're all telling you the truth. When the reality of the situation is that the media loves the elite. They love the liberals because they went to school at the same schools they went to. They believe in the same philosophy that they believe in, and they want Marxism. Marxism works out really good for people at the top level. Everybody else that it trickles down to, it sounds good. And when these people explain it to the sheeple go, oh, that sounds good. I don't have to get up today and go to work at McDonald's for $7.25 an hour. They're going to give me $15 an hour for making a Big Mac. What these sheeple don't understand, that and, oh, they're going to pay for my college. Even though I'm too dumb to pass an SAT, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to study for 6 to 10 years, and I'll never get a degree, and I'll fail every damn course, and they're going to keep paying for my college, my tuition. And so people buy into this. And the people at the top know that all they got to do is keep feeding you sheeple out there bullshit, and you're going, I buy into it. I love it. You're going to give me $15 an hour, and I've never been to college, and I haven't learned a trade? I want to vote for Biden. Give me Biden. Give me Biden and Harris. The reason, I'm going to get into the psychology of gang stalking in a minute, but you got to know, first and foremost, about this movie, The Lives of Others. Stasi Germany flourished because of the fertilizer of Marxism, which I just gave you a little nutshell of it right there. The media is lying to you and me every day. Some of you know that and you see it, and some of you don't know it, but you see it and you accept it. For the media to sit there and tell me that Hunter Biden's laptop, oh, that's not news. We're not reporting on that. That's a Russian plant. It didn't happen, people. Don't listen. Hunter's Biden laptop doesn't have anything to do with Joe Biden. It's a Russian hoax. And people, guess what? Trump keeps making these factless, baseless claims of voter fraud. 2 examples right there of lying. Flat out lying. Those are not journalists anymore. They're activists. They're activists because they want Marxism. They couldn't care less if it was Joe Biden ushering it in or if it was Colin Kaepernick being elected president. They could care less who the president is because they know that that's just a talking head, a figurehead for what's going to come down the pipeline, which is this utopic dream of no God, no Jesus Christ, no Judeo-Christian values. We're going to have utopia because we're not going to have this religion and this God anymore. We're going to make people understand that God is stupid. Why do you believe in God? You don't need your guns. That's stupid. You don't need guns. We're going to tell you the truth. We're going to give you $15 an hour. We're going to give you free tuition, free. You just keep your ass in bed all day and play video games. You'll be happy. Marxism will say and do whatever Marxism needs to do. But the movie The Lives of Others, if you watch the movie, you get an understanding of why the people participated in the gang stalking. And that's what we're talking about right now. Damn, it took 8 minutes for me to get to this. So here's the deal. I'm going to open the screen back up and it's going to make my glasses really blue or white. Once again, never saw an episode where you delve into the psychology of gang stalkers, specifically male gang stalkers. That's above my pay grades, above my limited knowledge, but I'll just tell you what I know. Why do people gang stalk? I kind of had an idea before I watched this movie, but when I watched the movie, it opened up my mind to why people back then in Stasi Germany participated in the surveillance of their neighbor, the surveillance of their husband, the surveillance of their wife, their daughter, their son, their grandchildren. Why did people turn on the very people that trusted them? And how do we know that this is true, that people actually turned on their loved ones and their friends and their neighbors? We know it's true because when the Berlin Wall came down, Reagan said, Gorbachev, tear down this wall. When that wall started coming down, the Stasis began burning files. the files that was kept on every single person, every single targeted individual in East Germany. They started shredding, they started burning, and the people said, no, 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 we can't do that. We got to have transparency. So they shut that down. All those files and documents and audio tapes, cassettes, mail, every shred of evidence that was tied into each person, there was a file on that person. Just like in reality right now, there's a file on me, and there's a file on you. And there's a file on every single TI in the United States. It's got our credit history, our medical history. It's got interactions between us and perps on the streets and the handler's interpretation of what's going on with us and the direction they want to go and what's happened. How do I know this? Because the Stasi files in East Germany still exist. There are millions and millions and millions of paper documents that attest and prove this. When you watch the movie, you find out why people snitched on each other. Some did it because they were politically motivated, because they believed in Marxism and it was a good thing. And you helped out your fellow East German by spying on your neighbor and snitching on them. Got a hangnail. Then some people were really reluctant to do it and didn't want to do it. But as you see in the movie, these Stasi guys, operators, go into this guy's apartment. They pilfer, they look around, they take pictures, they note things, they scribble things into notes. They go up to the guy's curio table, I guess you call that, or I can't remember exactly, like his coffee and stuff and his tea. They pour out some coffee. What they do is just basically let the target know, we were here and we're everywhere and there's nothing you could do about it. So how demoralizing do you think that would be? Well, why should I ask you that question? You know how demoralizing it can be to be a targeted individual when you go out and there's a full-fledged campaign running on you and people are making sure they're making eye contact with you during this campaign. They're giving you dirty looks, or maybe they'll whip out their cell phone camera and snap pictures while they walk by or drive by you. They'll do something to let you know, hey fucker, I got eyes on you. And they do that to try to intimidate you. And that's another part of the harassment. But why do people sign up for this? Maybe it's a little bit different in America, but in Stasi East Germany, it was done because political motivations. I believe in Marxism, and I believe in the state of Germany or East Germany, and I want to do this for my country. I think I'm patriotic. Number two, intimidation. As you'll see if you watch the movie, these guys go through somebody's house, rummage through it, take notes, photographs, everything else, and then they carefully close the door on the way out. And as the guy's walking out, he sees a lady looking through the peephole of her apartment, which is just right across from the other apartment. The guy takes note of that. He slowly walks up to her apartment, and he looks into that peephole, wherever my peephole is, I don't know. Looks up into it, and then he talks to her through the door. And he basically tells her, like, I don't know if this is it word for word, but he basically tells her, if you want your husband to continue working his present job, you will say nothing of this. And if you want your kid to go to college, you will say nothing of this. So, and that was pretty freaky right there. I'm like, wow, they knew who this lady was. They knew where her husband worked and her kid was wanting to get into college. And of course, they could control all those aspects of their lives because they lived under a Marxist government where the echelon, the upper crust, the upper top of people get to tell you what to do, how to do it, and everything else pertaining to your life, which is now going to be mundane, but you voted for it and you love Joe Biden. And so people like that, they did it out of intimidation and fear. I do suspect that in America and other countries where we don't have full-fledged Marxism yet, that the reason that some people do it is because they know that the person who is trying to get them in on this campaign against you or whatever, this person may have some pull in the community, could affect how their life unfolds in the community, or could actually in turn put them in a spot where you and I are now. And they may know the game. They may know, if I don't do as I'm asked, these guys may turn on me. So hell yeah, I guess. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to fix my headlights to wear one headlight, where I show up every day at the same time, where every time I walk past this person when I get a chance, you want me to just take a snapshot? You want me to do that? Do you want me to do a certain behavior every time I go by them? Like every time I go by them, go, not that that's ever been done to me, or every time I go by them, just some weird, repetitive behavior that means nothing, just to get their attention, to let them know that's being done to them, so it can aggravate them, unnerve them, to make them think about it constantly. Do you want me to do that? I guess I have no other choice, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be them. I may not want to do this to them, but I don't have any other choice, do I? So you get those types, and you can empathize with that. Not that I would do that if that was, someone presented me with something like, you got to do this or it's going to come back on you. Like, good luck with that, brother. I don't go around messing with people. I don't go around playing God with people. Though you may think I'm corrupt in some way, or I don't have your set of morals or whatever, I am accountable to myself and to my Creator. Though you may think that I'm not worthy of a Creator or worthy of salvation, I do talk to Him every day, multiple times every day. I may not live up to His expectations, but He's all I got. So that would be me. But what about other people? What about other people who get conned into this? I'll tell you what I've seen. I've seen it happen in multiple settings. When I was working as a nurse, I would watch 75% of my coworkers turn on me, and I'd never experienced anything like this in my life. Basically, every place that I've ever worked in my entire life, I had a good rapport with everybody. I got exceed standards on my periodic job review. I would get compliments like, you know, the customer that you waited on last week, she was just fawning over you, how you went out of your way to help her. Things of that nature. I've always had like that. There's been a couple of people that says, you know, Doug, you know, we like you, you're a good guy and all that, but sometimes you're too direct. And I go, oh, somebody complained about me being gruff? Yeah, you just come off a little too gruff. I'm sorry about that. I really am. I know that's something I need to work on. I can't make everybody feel nice, cozy, and like they're wrapped up in a warm, fuzzy blanket. That has a lot to say about them as well. Because as you people know, there's people that are easily offended today, people that are easily triggered today. And it's like the saying goes, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can never please everybody all the time. So I would get the occasional of that, but the majority was the other. But when you go to work, and not that these people were ever good friends, but you thought you had a good rapport with them, they turned on you, you'd wonder, what the hell's going on? What's up their ass? Why did I become a bad guy? And more importantly, what did I do? Because I'll tell you this, every time I get a job review or I've had one, you know what I would always say after going down this list of right things and wrong things I did, I'd be like, what did I do wrong here? You did da 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 da. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix that. What else did I do? You did da 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 da. Okay, I can see that, and I'm going to fix that too. I was always inquiring, what can I do to do a better job? But this gang stalking is totally different from that. I'd be like, man, I'm doing the best I can. I've never had this problem with people before. Why in the hell has people all of a sudden got a bug up their ass? Well, here's the deal. Why are gang stalkers doing what they do? I've already explained one or two reasons, but here's another reason. You got to understand that in order to get people to cooperate with you in this Marxist plot of gang stalking, you have to create disinformation on the person you want to harass. Case in point, America. Case in point, that gang stalking show, Donald J. Trump. I present you with him. What does the media have to say about him? Donald Trump has told 10,000 lies up till now. This was like last year. Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper. Yeah, Donald Trump has told 9,997 lies so far. Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump's a racist. Donald Trump's a racist. Donald Trump's a racist. Racist, racist, racist. What did I start off this show with? With how the media is lying. They are brainwashing the sheeple out there, bah, bah, who are everywhere, who voted for Joe Biden, but had they known that 99% of what they heard about Trump was a lie. Case in point, a video just dropped yesterday, or the day before yesterday, of Joe Biden sitting down with Al Sharpton and like 7 other prominent black leaders. The video is like an hour and a half long, and it takes some time, but I caught wind of this from somebody else's YouTube channel. And I go, I gotta Google this and find this video. Well, I found the video, and finally Biden starts talking to all these black leaders, and he talks down to them. As you know, I'm the only white boy. White boy is what he tells these people with an education. Do you tell prominent leaders that I'm the only white boy who's ever done anything for black America? Has Donald Trump ever, this so-called ever racist man, ever talked to America, talked to black America, hey black Americans, why not vote for me? I'm the white boy that's going to get it done. Do you talk to black people like that? Joe Biden did. Here's something else Biden did. He talked down to them. He had a tone of anger, just like he's been every time we see him. He's an angry man with this dementia. But that's what people voted for. And so now you got him. Or we're probably going to get him. I hope like hell we don't. But that's what you get with Marxism. You're told, Joe Biden, if you're not black if you don't vote for me. I've done more for black America than anybody else ever in the history of the world. I'm Joe Biden, and when I say something, I mean it. When you said in 1988 where you plagiarized somebody else's speech when you was running for president, you meant that too? Of course I didn't mean that. I'm just lying to people. Damn it, I'm a politician. I lie to people. When you plagiarized a paper in college, when you was going to law school, and you got an F in that course, was you telling the truth then? I got caught lying, damn it. That's the only crime I committed. With that said, now I'm just going to do a little segue out of this real quick. As a nursing student, I watched as people dropped like flies from my nursing program that lasted 1 year. You flunked out if you made a grade less than 76 on any test. Not any test. But if you flunked a particular part of nursing, like pharmacology, geriatrics, pediatrics, A&P, yada yada yada, nutrition. If you failed that little section of course, that's it. You were gone. If you came to class and you snoozed in class and you didn't get a good grade, you were gone. If you had ever been caught cheating, you were gone, and you could never ever reapply if you got caught cheating to the nursing program where I went to school. I would almost say the same thing, that if you were studying to be a doctor and you lied and you plagiarized a thesis for whatever course it was and you got caught, they would probably ban you from any further study at that school within the program of medicine. Now, sure, you could probably become a psychologist or sociologist or mathematician. That's different. But where credibility and honesty counts, like in the health sciences, and it should count in the legal, but it didn't. He flunked the course. He graduated 76 out of a class of 85, but told you and me, I graduated in the top percent of my class. But once again, what am I trying to tell you? Joe Biden tells you he's this, that, and the other. The media tells you he's this, that, and the other. The media holds back on the information about his son, his quid pro quos, his dealing with China, how he sold out the United States, and they go, don't believe that news. Don't believe that news on Hunter Biden's laptop. That's a Russian hoax. And they knew the whole time that the Department of Justice and the FBI had a copy of Hunter Biden's laptop. And on top of that, there had already been an investigation. And as it turned out this week, it's been reiterated that Hunter Biden is under investigation for possible IRS money laundering tax schemes. But it's only coming out now because, hey, we got our man. We got Joe Biden elected by telling everybody he's the greatest thing since white bread, no pun intended. We got him elected by telling everybody every single day, Donald Trump told another lie today. He's telling a lie again, and don't believe anything Trump has to say because he's a lying KKK member and he's a racist. What the media doesn't tell you is that they love the Democratic Party. And what the Democratic Party won't tell you is they're not Democrats anymore, they're Marxists. And what they won't tell you is that their history is they started the KKK, and the Democrats were the ones that enslaved black America. So why is it the Democrats are now the ones, the party of black people? Well, it gets a little bit tangled up in all this kind of stuff, but it basically boils down to when civil rights was an issue and all that, Democrats knew that they were possibly going to lose the vote of the black people. And LBJ, though he's a Texan and I'm a Texan, and I'm proud of Texas, I'm not proud of LBJ. You read anything authoritative about LBJ and it said LBJ used an N-word every single day of the week. He would say the N-word in front of black people. He had a ranch. People would come out and interview LBJ while he's out on his big ranch down in Austin, Texas, and he'd whip it out while drinking a beer, taking a piss in front of everybody with his back turned. President of the United States. Do you hear that in the media? You know if Joe Biden did that right now, throw away the key. And I'm going to get back to Biden in just a second. But the reason that black people still vote Democrat is because they still think they love us and they like us and they're taking care of us, in which it could never been further from the truth. Because LBJ was quoted as saying, after he's given out all this free government cheese, government Section 8 housing, welfare, and all this kind of stuff to appeal to black people, he knows that that's the cheese in the rat trap for these black folks. And so they buy into it and they're hooked. Some for life, and some will always vote for life. But they were never told that people by the media LBJ's a racist, and he was quoted as saying, I'll have them N-words voting the Democratic ticket for the next 200 years. And Democrats still deny it. So when you've got a media that's complicit, that will constantly tell you lies, you got this Marxist thing going on, and people believing in this whole Marxist stuff, how do you expect people to think when it comes to this gang stalking stuff? How do you expect people to think? They've been tricked in, I know this is kind of a roundabout way of saying this, but they've been tricked into believing that you and I are the bad guy. They're not the MSN, they're not the MSNBC and the CNN, but in a way they are, because it's their job to put bad press into the ears of the people who are going to turn out to be your perpetrators. And some people just don't have good judgment. When I turn on the news and I hear bullshit, I'll sit there and yell at the TV and I'll listen for a little bit. And once I figured out what they're going to say and write it off as bullshit, I go, it's bullshit. Then I'll go to Facebook and I'll see some of the people I went to school with who still go, yay, we got Biden in the White House. And here's something that I'm going to drop on, that I just dropped on these people, and now they're quiet like mice. The other day, Biden has this secret conference call, the secret Zoom call with black leaders in Facebook. Not Facebook, but on Zoom. Al Sharpton's in there. And you can go Google it. Google or query YouTube Biden leaked Zoom call with black leaders. And halfway through the video, Biden gets a chance to talk and he won't shut up. And all he's doing is yelling at black folks and talking down to them like children. He can do that now. Now that he is considered elected, he basically talked down to everybody and basically said, I'm not doing nothing for you. You're going to have to learn how to work with the Hispanic voters, because in 2040, white people are going to be minorities and you and the Hispanics are going to be the majority. So you got to start learning how to work with these Hispanic people. And this had nothing to do with anything. This is Joe with his mindset, which is deteriorating dementia. But he gets elected into office because we have got this mentality of Marxism, this elitism, that the media wants to carry this football for the political side so they can all get this utopia ushered in, which is no God, no Jesus, no Jehovah, no worshiping at church. Sure, if you're a Muslim, that's great and fine and dandy, but we don't care about that because we know a Muslim God is not Jehovah. Jehovah and Allah are two different people. And it just gets worse. It runs downhill like that. So you figure, why do some people get suckered into this? Well, once again, it's kind of like the Marxism, the disinformation campaign. If you saturate some dumb dipshit enough with bad information, at some point, they will accept it as the truth. So you get people and you wonder, what do these perps do this to me? It's because they're sheeple. Because they'll believe anything anybody says to them anytime. They're not free thinkers. They don't think for themselves. And they're picked on. They're picked on for being stupid. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. There are a few people that watch MSNBC and CNN that knows that they're hearing a lie, and they relish it because they're like, isn't this grand? Isn't this great? Anderson Cooper's over there. He's our boy. And Don Lemon, he's over there, and they're both spreading disinformation. But it's for all of our benefit, and it's for these people that can't think for themselves. They need somebody like us to think for them. And sometimes, yeah, we got to bend the truth and make Donald Trump look like a bad guy. But it's really for their own benefit. So why do people gang stalk you? I just said, wrap it up like this. Some people do it because they're intimidated and they know that if they don't cooperate, it could be them being the target. Some people are just flat out dumb and stupid, and if you hit them enough times with enough bad information, they'll buy into it. They can tell that dumb stump of a person you did all kinds of horrible, bad things, and you keep telling them that, and then you send a couple other people in after you to reinforce what you've already told them. Pretty soon they become your foot soldier. They go around spreading your propaganda of, I hate that guy over there, and I'll do whatever you ask me to because you've convinced me now he's a piece of shit. And that piece of shit needs me to remind him every single day that we got eyes on him. So there's two types of right there. The other, which I'm starting to believe less and less, which I heard at one point in time, was this. After a sip of beer, people get paid to do it. I've also often heard that gift cards and there's monetary things that goes into this. I'm starting to question that now. I really am. I can't really tell you why, but I just see it as less as being likely and plausible as the other two. But people do say you get gift cards for doing this, and I guess if somebody's handing out $10 gift cards and you just tell them on the fly, I'll give you this if you go over and do this to that person over there. Of course, they're not going to ask somebody who just got out of a Corvette, hey guy, I tell you what, if you go over here and take that guy's picture, I'll give you a $10 gift card to Walmart. You know damn good and well that guy doesn't need a gift card. And he's probably going to look at you funny, and he may be a cop. He may be a public official not in on any of this and may launch an investigation into you. So they don't approach people like that. They approach, if this scenario actually works, they approach people who are gullible, who may look poor, homely, look like they could use something to eat or a pack of cigarettes or something like that. You look for somebody in need. That's the only plausible way I see this working. And then you give them a simple task and you say, if you go do this simple task, I'll give you this gift card, or I'll buy you a 6-pack of beer, or I'll buy you a pack of cigarettes. And people go, okay. I'm running low on food stamps. My government check ain't come in yet. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to question you. Just, yeah. After they do it, they go, hey, man, can I get another gift card? You got anything else I can do? Those are the three ways. The last way doesn't seem plausible, but it could be. I don't know. I've only heard about it. But the first two that I broke it down to you, that's more than likely why they do it. And the first two, especially in Stasi Germany, where Marxism and where was the fertilizer for gang stalking, and which really propped up gang stalking and made it just grow and flourish to the point that people would snitch on their family members, spy on their family members, do all sorts of bad things for the Stasi state. And you people keep wondering, some people, there are liberals, there are a few liberals that watch this channel and go, dude, I've been a target for a long time, and I'm a liberal, and I don't believe anything that you got to say about this. You don't believe the news is lying? No, man, the news ain't lying. They're telling us the truth. Okay, then, I guess that's why you're a TI, and perhaps maybe, though nobody deserves being a TI, perhaps you do because your head's so far up the Democratic ticket that you can't see sunshine, and you can't discern truth, fact, from fiction, or anything else. I'm not telling you to come over and be a Republican, or come over and be a libertarian, or come over and be an independent. I'm just saying, man, get your head out of that Democratic lying sack of bullshit. Once you start examining that this political party is corrupt, and it has been corrupt going way back before the Civil War, when they were enslaving black people, defending enslaving them, and then going to war to fight the Republicans from enslaving these people, then forming the KKK, and then being against segregation, going to school and all that kind of stuff, against all these things. And then miraculously overnight, LBJ says, we're the party of black folks, and black folks go, yay! And black folks forgot. Republicans went to war and formed a party to free these people. But like I said, I get those liberal voters that will come on the channel and go, dude, my targeting hadn't stopped at all. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any worse. Well, bullshit, dude. I promise you that we are going down the slippery slope right now. Unless Trump and America gets behind him. I'm not saying he's going to stop it or make it any better, but I am saying this, and this is my prediction. If Trump does not get back in the White House, and if the media continues to lie, the politicians continue to lie, none of the Dominion voting machines has a forensic audit, and it's all swept under a rug, kiss America goodbye. Marxism is going to be the new rule of law. I'm not going to go any further into that in it. If you want to debate, I'm not going to debate you. Good night.